And we're doing it. Here we are. You gotta vibe out with me too. You can flip back and forth too.
Welcome to the dtalks podcast. Yeah. Welcome to the dtalks pod where we don't know what the hell is going on. Welcome to the dtalks podcast. Yeah.
Awesome. We're here. We're back. What's going on, D-Bags? I hope you guys are doing well. We're back here again with another episode of the dtalks podcast. Actually, the 117th episode. Honestly, it's crazy every time I come like on a Monday to actually say that number. It's weird, but it just keeps getting bigger. It's weird how counting works. But if you're new here and you enjoy music, podcasts, or comedy, do consider subscribing. We got a whole lot of that going on around here. Got music linked down below. All my socials. You can connect with me at any of those links. And we're going to get started here shortly with, I'm going to be introducing you guys to my guest this week. New guest this week, has never before been on dtalks or anything on this channel. But before I can introduce you guys to him, I got to talk to you guys a little bit about car insurance. These days, it seems as if we're able to do more and more from home. So while you're at home, why aren't you saving money on your car insurance? Your hometown agency, Kenosha Auto Insurance, has specialized for literal years in simple, hassle-free car insurance using the latest and touch-free technology to help you and your family get the best rates. So what are you waiting for? Give them a call today, dog, at 262-448-4141. It's 448-4141. The website is kenoshains.com. It's on the screen right now. It's linked down below. And one last time, it's 262-448-4141. Give them a call. Tell them Rita, dtalks sent you. And the worst that could happen is you will get the best rates. Now, with all that good stuff out of the way, I'm pumped to introduce you guys to my guest this week. McKenna, you better have the clap track ready. I don't know if you turned the thing down too. You can turn it up a little if you want. But I'm pumped to introduce you guys to him. He's a friend of mine and a little bit of a hooper as well as other things. Jack of all trades kind of guy. All around positive man who's been a friend of the show and supportive of me for a good while here. So let's give a wet dtalks welcome to Josiah Dillard. How are you, man?
I'm doing good.
I'm just excited that we're here. I'm thankful to be doing another episode of the dtalks podcast. This is the first live one this month because, like, we had, I think, not the first. With the first week was, I think, with Hunter, or maybe that was last month. I don't remember. That was live, and we had a disastrous podcast. And then the rest of them were all pre-recorded because of people's schedules. So we're here. We're back live. We're going to be talking with the live chat, shooting the shit. I'm thankful that you're here. I kind of wanted to start you off with something a little weird. Who's your biggest enemy? If you had to go right now.
I'll probably say anybody who's a fan of the Green Bay Packers.
Oh shit! Okay, we got some heat right off the top. The Packers just won yesterday.
Yeah, it was a good game. At least it was a good game.
Are you a Bears fan or?
Indeed, I am. Go Chicago.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah.
I'm a Bears fan as well, but I feel your pain.
Yeah.
Do they need to sell the team? There's a lot of talk from Bears fans that they need to sell the team.
I think we just need a new head coach. I think we'll be after that.
Really?
Yes.
Do you think? Well, first off, why do you think that?
I don't know if you watch like football in depth, but Justin Fields, we drafted him, number 11th overall. Super good quarterback, can run, can pass, and then the game plan was just to stick him in the pocket, and it was just not a good game plan. He got sacked 9 times.
I did hear about that.
I almost cried a little bit, but it is what it is. I just think Matt Nagy needs to go, just get a fresh start.
You know what I think, and I hate to say it, but I kind of think him winning Coach of the Year, his first year with the team, kind of went to his head a little bit.
I concur 100%.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm going to be real. I mean, most of the people that listen and watch the show know that I don't really watch as regularly as I used to. I used to be like religiously watch all NFL games, like watch a bunch of teams and was really into it, had all the Madden games, knew everybody on every team type shit. Not really anymore. I just don't follow it as much.
Yeah.
But that's in part because my team, the Bears, suck. So once you suck for however many years and you get let down through your whole childhood and teenage years, eventually you start to unplug a little bit.
Right.
So I've unplugged, and I still feel bad for Bears fans, but I do see every now and again just like the most ridiculous play call decisions where, like, I don't know, is he involved in the offensive coordination as well? Or?
Oh yeah, he's a play caller.
Oh, okay. Oh
Yeah,
man,
it's
that's tough, bro. Because
very depressing.
I've
watching
seen
the
a lot
game.
of like, I've just seen the Bears go for a lot of weird like fourth downs that like
Yeah.
don't make sense. I've seen him settle for field goals in just weird situations, and I think this isn't even just a him problem, but the Bears in general for like my whole life
Yeah.
love to waste first and second down. Like we just
Yeah.
love to like run the ball up the middle or throw a wide receiver screen to start off the game.
Yep. And
Or
it
to
doesn't
start
go
off
anywhere.
the every possession. We do those 2 plays so we can get no yards or negative
Yeah.
yardage, and then we try to do something on third down, throw an
Yeah.
interception.
And it sucks for me because I'm one of those kids who, bring all my Bears jerseys downstairs. We order a bunch of wings for the game, and we're all excited. And then just to watch them lose almost every week it's exhausting.
Yeah, it's painful for the fans, man.
Very,
You just,
very painful.
you just want people that like feel like they care. 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel like, and maybe some of it's probably because I was optimistic child when I was like really really deep into football, but
Mhm.
it felt like at least there was a couple of stretches where it felt like the organization was like actively trying to make
Yeah.
moves
Yeah.
to better us, and now like I really don't know what the direction is
Right.
because like again, and weren't they first week, if and you can correct me if I'm wrong because I only saw parts.
Mhm.
We drafted this quarterback
Mhm.
over the offseason. We also for some reason signed Andy Dalton,
Yes.
and we were, if I'm not mistaken, swapping them in the first
Yes.
week just randomly. How in
Yeah.
the fuck? Now you play sports, you've
Yes.
played basketball among other sports as well. How easy is it to get a rhythm or have any confidence in yourself
Mhm.
when you're getting yoinked
Right.
every other
Yeah.
play or every other possession? Like that's ridiculous.
No, yeah, it's really ridiculous, and just playing basketball and when you get in the rhythm, and all of a sudden you just getting yanked out of the game, and it's just really dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know why we signed Andy Dalton. His mediocre days are over. Now he's just awful.
I used to love Andy Dalton in like Madden 14 and 15. He was solid then, but
When he was on Cincinnati way back when, he was all right, but now it's just
yeah.
more of a
The comments when they signed him on the Instagram
Oh,
post were all
man.
just sell the team. It was hundreds
Yeah.
of them. It was
I
hilarious.
was very emotional when that happened.
So you get very tied up in the
Yeah,
sporting
yeah.
stuff.
I'm a very I'm never a bandwagon guy. I'm always rooting for my team no matter what. So to see them mess up so many times, it gets old and really annoying. Just because I want them to win, and I hate all the Packers fans just saying that we suck, and it's annoying.
Packer fans have been spoiled though, man.
They've
They
been
lose
spoiled.
one
It's
game
crazy.
and they get very up in arms, bro. They've had 2 back-to-back Hall of Fame quarterbacks the
You
last
can
20
argue-
years.
Yeah, you can argue Aaron Rodgers is the best to ever throw the football outside of all the accolades. I mean, Tom Brady has 7 reigns, but Aaron Rodgers is just pure talent.
Yeah.
Arguably one of the best to ever do it. And they also had Brett Favre, and we had Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler's my guy, bro.
Dude,
I love Jay.
Man.
I love Jay. You know what? I just saw Jay was on Theo Von's podcast. I haven't watched it yet, but I
Really?
need to watch that because I would love to get Jay Cutler on the Detox podcast.
That would be amazing.
He was my guy, bro. I loved Jay Cutler. I have a Jay Cutler jersey. Like I know he was problematic and he was not
Right,
very
yeah.
great when he was with us, but he was, I think, still is our leading passer.
Oh, yeah,
of all
he's
time.
leading passer and touchdown leader, and it's crazy. I'm a Matt Forte guy. That's my favorite
He was
Bears
great
player.
too, man. He was great too.
But, yeah, it's
And I'm not
hopefully we turn it around.
And I don't
soon.
say, that Jay Cutler is some great quarterback,
Right.
but I think that puts in perspective the
yeah.
Bears franchise
Yeah.
that he is our leading. And I love Jay, and I think honestly a lot of people gave him way too much shit. I think he was tough as fuck. He was the most sacked quarterback for like
Yeah,
4
that's
years
true.
straight,
Mhm.
and he was still putting on the jersey and dealing with
Yeah.
3 or 4 different offensive changes, like
Oh,
offensive
yeah,
coordinators.
it's ridiculous how fast we went through coaches, coordinators, new teams in and out.
Terrible, dude.
I'm not the
Terrible.
biggest fan of him, but like I appreciate it because he's the best quarterback to ever put a Bears jersey on.
Yeah.
And it's sad to say that because the Bears have been a team for
We're one of the second oldest team is us and the Packers. Are like
Yeah.
the 2 oldest teams.
so I think we started in like 1920s, and now to see that Jay Cutler is the best quarterback in Chicago, it's different
yeah.
because you look across the other teams. You got Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes now, Drew Brees just retired.
Ben Roethlisberger is
Yeah,
great for
Big Ben,
for-
Russell Wilson even. So it's just crazy to see that we have not the best selection.
Wait, dude, we went to the Super Bowl with Rex Grossman.
That's sad.
You
But
know,
we did.
We made it. I cried tears of joy that. I was just talking about this yesterday. I cried tears of joy that first play when Devin Hester ran back the opening
that's my
kickoff of
guy.
the Super Bowl. I literally cried. I was in second grade, and I was crying with my dad and my uncle because I was so happy. I was like, wow, we're going to win the Super Bowl, because they would always talk about the 85 Bears. And,
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I get to live that now.
Yeah, nah.
And then, no, it just went completely sideways
I
after
remember
that.
rocking a Rex Grossman jersey in middle school.
That's a
the,
tough look.
The orange color rush one, and that was some drip back then.
That was.
Not so
back
much
in the day.
anymore.
No.
Back then, I felt like the guy on the block.
Yeah, but it's, and we'll move off the necessarily football stuff in a minute. I know we got Steve in the comments. Says 47 total yards of offense. Suck it. That's fantastic.
Very depressing.
It's crazy, and I just think, like, especially as the quarterback position, and this will probably be the last we touch on this, is like it is probably more so important to get as many snaps as possible and to have
100%.
full faith in that person. Like, here's the thing. I don't think we ever had full faith in Jay Cutler. I don't think we ever had full faith in Rex Rowe. And here's the thing. I'm not saying these people necessarily deserve it, but, like, even when we got a freshman quarterback like this that we just drafted, if we're drafting him, and we're drafting him this early. Same with Mitch. When they got Mitch and they decided to trade up for him, then you got to go all in on it.
You got to play him.
You got to go all. You can't yoink him because he throws 3 picks in a game.
Right.
Favre
Let
threw
him
a
develop.
fuck ton of picks.
Right.
You got to let him. You got to tell him that, yo, we want you. We chose you for a reason. We do this, like, 1 foot in, 1 foot out shit, and that's why we never go anywhere.
I feel like, playing to the quarterback skill set is, I think, most important, because you look at Andy Dalton, straight pocket passer.
Yeah.
His mobility is at all-time low. He's getting up there in age. You can't put Justin Fields in the pocket and expect him to throw the ball 30 times in a you got to let him get the bootleg.
He's having like 2.3 seconds to throw the ball every snap,
you
too.
Can't let him get out the pocket. Use the bootleg. He's quick. He's the fastest player on the Bears team, which is insane.
That is ridiculous. I didn't know that.
But, it's just you got to let him, play how he plays.
Yeah.
Not have him be somebody else. That's just.
Well, that's just and that's just it. I think it's I think there's a thing with Chicago sports in general is that we we don't value our talent that we draft or acquire.
Right.
And all we do is in a lot of ways we either do one of two things, I should say. We either completely destroy their prospect and, like, their value where then they can't go anywhere else, or we take, like, trash players, get them to, like, a mediocre status, and then they ship somewhere else. Like, or I wouldn't say trash. Like, we'll get, like, young guys. I know the Bulls do this all the time. We get young, solid players. We draft them or we trade for them. We keep them for, like, 2-3 seasons. We see them improve to now they can get a little bit better deal, and then we ship them. And we start over again. It's like we literally suffered through them sucking for 3 years, and now they're okay, and now we get rid of them.
They just did the same thing with Laurie Markkinen. This was, I think, his 4th year in the league, and then he's already
We shipped him?
Shipped him to Cleveland.
That's great, dude. That's fantastic. That's the Chicago way for you, dude. That is exactly what we do. And how many great fucking defenses have the Bears had, and then you just see these pieces. We lost Kyle Fuller, right? This last year?
Yep. He went to I believe Denver, if I'm not mistaken.
Bro, I got to say, have you ever been to Soldier Field?
Yep, 16th birthday.
That's dope. That's very dope. I remember I probably went around the same time because it was in high school, and I think I saw Kyle Fuller return a couple of. I think he had 2 picks in that game, one of them for a touchdown. And
Kyle Fuller's my
dude.
guy. Hopefully he comes back.
I don't think he will.
No,
I wouldn't want to come back to Chicago
No,
after what the
absolutely
franchise is
not.
doing. But all right, aside from that, I guess we'll pivot a little bit from the football talk to a little bit of basketball. Did you see that Trae Young just got his own signature shoe?
Yes, I'm excited to try it out. I'm a big Adidas guy when it comes to hooping, so
yeah, I think Adidas has some very good stuff hooping wise.
I agree.
I mean, I will wear. I think Nike has some good stuff too. I like the Kobe's are like my favorite line.
Yeah,
from them.
My thing with Kobe's is they're very expensive, and I don't think they should be very expensive. So I'm rocking PGs right now, and that's probably my favorite Nike basketball shoe I've worn.
I got like the cheaper, like the low, like they're definitely not like the signature Kobe's, but they're like the other ones because that's what I wear. But for indoor shoes, and they're solid. They're not as expensive. But along the lines of signature shoes, who would you want a signature shoe from? And I want to ask this to the people in the live chat or listening days after too. Who would you like? If you were a famous celebrity, maybe not even a basketball player,
right?
Just I know musicians are doing them all the time.
Right.
You know, Travis Scott, Kanye, obviously Yeezys and stuff. If there was a brand that you would want your signature shoe to be through, like this was 2K, who would it be?
Man, I have like 2.5 answers.
Okay.
Because, like, Adidas, just for the basketball aspect, that'd be cool. Because Damian Lillard is my favorite player, so that would always be cool.
It's a good choice. He's a good dude.
Yeah, repping the 3 stripes. And then for just, like, a casual shoe, I'd probably have to say Puma or New Balance. Just because it's different. You know, there's a couple new guys coming into it.
Yeah.
And being a part of that group would be really special.
Puma would be cool, man. I remember, I think I made my guy's signature shoe in 2K back when I used to play 2K.
Yeah.
They were Pumas, so it's
That's
just
what's
funny.
up.
It's, I don't know, Puma, I don't know. I mean, I think Puma used to have some pretty swaggy shoes. I think they're kind of on the come up again now.
Yeah, they got J. Cole. They got LaMelo, a bunch of NBA guys. Michael Porter Jr. I know
LaMelo
signed
switched
there.
to Puma.
Yeah, he has
wow.
his signature shoe coming out.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
It's very exciting.
Wow. I think for me, dude, I've always thought, and maybe Converse will steal this idea now, but I've always thought it would be super cool if they took the original All-Star, like the Converse All-Star that like we all wear as like regular shoes now, that were originally like the first like most popular like basketball shoe.
Right.
I thought like it would be so cool to like take that exact design and make it like an actual mesh that's like sturdy enough to wear for in game, give it like real court texture on the bottom. Like every player would wear those, dude.
100%.
Because it would be like such a cool like homage to like the beginning, even if it was one night out of the year.
Right. Yeah.
It would be some sick colorways to come out of it, and it would look cold.
I know that Draymond Green has signed a Converse and he has his own shoe. And I know Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Shout out to him. He used to play for the Clippers. But anyway, he has his own shoe line with them, as well as like Kelly Oubre and a couple other guys that rock them. So Converse does have a.
Kyle Korver used to wear Converse.
Really?
But they were I got his. They were not like a signature shoe though. And I remember buying the same one. I got him at Kohl's, like the same shoes he was wearing.
Seriously, that's what's up.
They weren't the most. I guess they weren't the best on court shoe, I should say. But it was cool because I liked Kyle Korver at the time.
Shout out to Kyle Korver.
So if you signed a signature shoe, they would be Adidas then for on court.
Yeah,
hooping.
for hooping, definitely Adidas. I've always found they're the most comfortable for me.
That's interesting. Man, for me, I don't really have a good answer. I would take whoever the fuck would give me one, man. Whoever the fuck wants to give me one, I'm gonna do that. Now, we're getting to that time where it's almost October. Do you have a Halloween costume picked out, man?
Dude, I'm too big for Halloween costumes. I can never find my size with any type of clothes in stores, and I feel like this is just going to be just as hard for me.
Yeah.
So I'll probably just go to the store, buy some candy, and call it a day.
That's fair. I mean, Halloween candy. What's your favorite Halloween candy?
I'll probably have to say Reese's, and then, like, any type of, like, gummy
like the
bear.
seasonal Reese's?
Oh, great. Beautiful.
Dude,
magnificent.
I love the ghost ones are my favorite, dude. Like especially I like the white chocolate ones too.
Oh man,
so good, dude. It's just
my mom's watching this. That's her favorite type of Reese's, is the white chocolate ones.
Really?
Yes.
Shout out to your mom. That's like my favorite as well. So those are super dope. It's weird too, dude. I swear to God, this is a conspiracy that I believe in, and maybe it's not a conspiracy. Maybe it's a proven thing. I think that they use a different and better ratio of chocolate to peanut butter for their seasonal ones, even the regular one. I don't mind a regular Reese's cup.
No,
but I'm not reaching for one the same way I'm reaching for it. Like if you got an egg, if you got the Easter egg one, or you got the pumpkin one, you got any
or the Christmas tree.
Christmas tree, any one of those, bro. I want it. If I see it, I have to have it. But when it comes to the regular ones,
it just doesn't feel the same. It's
just it's solid, but it's nothing crazy.
I mean, I think that's the top tier of candy, but the seasonal one just
next level,
immaculate.
bumps it up.
Beautiful.
I believe it. What should I, dude? I'm trying to figure out what I gotta go as for Halloween. People have to let me know in the comments. What do you think? I was thinking Jesus originally because I got
the hair. Yeah.
But I just don't know if that's the route I want to go specifically.
Man, I have no idea. Dressed up, I know JJ Redick from 1 year dressed up as the Lego guy from the Lego movie.
I could do that. I would have to wear like a bald cap though to like conceal my hair. I got too much hair. Look kind of awkward on a Lego guy. Okay, McKenna, what are you gonna go as? Do you have any idea? No. Just a hot dog probably. What you got a hot dog costume sheet? Steve says a prophet. Go as a prophet. That could work. Now there's some stuff we were gonna. I guess while we're on the topic of kind of sports, and I guess we switched to Halloween for a second there, but. I got ADHD. It is what it is. I don't actually have ADHD. I'm just can't focus on anything. But we were talking before we went live about the YouTube boxing scene. Oh man! And McKenna's gonna pull up a picture. We were looking at it beforehand. You've seen the picture of Tyron Woodley, right? So I want you've been following maybe this a little bit more than I have. What's going on with this whole Tyron Woodley, Jake Paul thing? Obviously they had their fight.
Yeah.
There was some deal that, if you don't mind explaining, and then I'll have McKenna pull up the
Yeah.
picture. Or did you pull it up? Yeah. Okay. So we've got this pulled up. What happened here?
So the deal was, if Jake Paul won, Tyron Woodley had to get a tattoo anywhere saying "I love Jake Paul," and be vice versa for Tyron Woodley if he won against Jake Paul. And then the fight happened. I thought there was definitely some pain of refs in there. I thought,
because Jake won by decision, right?
yes, and I knew. I mean, think about it. If it goes to a decision with a guy of that magnitude, and he has a lot of money, it's just, you can only speculate.
It was in Ohio too, right? And I think
Cleveland, hometown.
two of the refs were from Ohio, so there was the conspiracy. People were saying that. I don't fully subscribe to that, but I hear your criticism, your skepticism.
I hope the rematch happens, just because I feel like Tyron Woodley didn't. I feel like he underestimated Jake. Not taking anything away from Jake, he's a novice fighter. I feel like Tyron Woodley didn't really take him serious.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched the fight, but when he landed that big overhand right,
I saw the clip of him, like when Jake kind of fell into the ropes,
and he just
why
let
did
him.
Why did he stop? That's like
Right,
the first thing. Like, obviously I was telling you before, I mentioned on the podcast that, like, I've done a little bit of training for boxing, and like the first thing, I wouldn't say the first thing, one of the first things that they fucking told me was, like, if you land one and you get him, you keep getting him. You keep going.
Right.
That's when you go. That's not when you stop. Because I remember with my guy that was helping me, was teaching me, and we're sparring. I remember the first like littlest baby shot I got on him.
Right.
And I was like, and I like stopped because I'm like, because he's my friend. Like, we're cool. Like, we've been hooping our whole lives together. Like, and I like kind of stopped for a second. He's like, no, Darren, that's when you gotta go, bro. That's when you gotta go. So it's like, dude, this is a killer. Tyron Woodley is a killer.
Oh, yeah.
He's been doing this, not boxing, but he's been fighting people.
Yeah, and he's had knockdowns in the UFC at a stand-up position, so
Like,
you would think he would keep
He
going.
would know, like, this is the time to knock somebody the.
And he just stared at him and watched him regain momentum.
And now he's got that tattoo on his finger, bro.
Yeah,
it's embarrassing.
Very embarrassing, but.
Do you think the rematch is gonna happen though? Because it seems weird. This is like a month after now.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if Tyron Woodley would have got a tattoo that same weekend or the following week, I feel like the contract would have already been settled. But now there's a lot of top conversation about Jake Paul fighting Tommy Fury.
Yeah.
So hopefully they have the rematch, because I want Jake Paul to get.
Would more people want to see the Fury fight, or would they rather see the Tyron Woodley?
I feel like they would want to see the Tyron Woodley fight, because Tommy Fury he's a novice fighter. It'd just be the same result. I think it would be a knockout if Jake Paul fought Tommy Fury. So
really?
I feel like they would want to see the rematch. I hope it happens personally, just because I think Tyron Woodley has the best chance of beating him.
I feel like it won't happen, only because I think Jake. I wouldn't even say Jake. Maybe his team probably thinks exactly what you just described. Is that he will probably. This is the guy who has the best chance.
Yeah.
And now he's pissed that he has a stupid fucking tattoo on it.
Right.
So, like, but if I'm Jake, I'd be like, well, fuck you. You got the tattue, but it's too late now.
Right,
like, I'm already setting up whatever. He can BS something and be like, I was
100%.
already setting this up. So, kind of interesting. I guess we'll see. We covered the fights a little bit when they were happening. I remember the Ben Askren one was a joke, obviously.
That was very underwhelming.
Maybe also staged.
100% staged, I believe.
I don't. Ben's a savage for that. For
He
finessing
came
us
in
all.
looking like
the Schwub blub man or whatever the
bag of milk.
Yes, the bag of milk. Someone fucking said, one of the broadcasters said that. It was fucking hilarious.
That
was the only W. That's the only person who took a W that night. So I guess swapping from one controversy to another, YouTube as well. Nick Briz.
Yeah,
bro. I don't know. So I gotta preface this for people that don't know. There is a IRL basketball community,
very big,
very poppin'. It is huge right now on YouTube. Everybody is blowing up. Like, everybody is doing really well. I don't really know like who it was started by. I mean, I guess originally like the people like Flight Reacts and Cash Nasty, these guys who were like just playing 2K, decided to then they started like doing in real life meetups and playing each other one-on-one, and then it kind of evolved from that to people like Devontae Friga, who played D3, then taking it to public courts and filming, and then having some interesting content that way. And then now you have guys like the guy we're going to talk about, Nick Briz, who apparently, and we'll get into it, but apparently was potentially screwing over his teammates and maybe faking videos altogether. So for those that are unfamiliar, this kind of content basically revolves in like if myself and Joe, we got like 3 other guys with us, we get like a squad. Even if I didn't have a squad, it was just me and a couple of camera guys, go to a park, I'm mic'd up, we play some pickup games, hopefully with some good competition. People sometimes get agitated because they're getting exposed on camera. And if you're talking a little bit of smack, that also hurts people's feelings as well. And then it's even more bad when you're actually, or even more bad, even worse, when you're actually a good hooper. Then they get even more frustrated. So, and you got guys like, I haven't watched a whole lot of Nick Briz, and what I saw wasn't like crazy good, but he seemed solid. But from what I've seen, I know Devontae, who I want to get on the podcast super bad, but he is. Oh, man. He's very, very solid, very good player. I think, in my opinion, I think he's the best of the YouTube in the IRL like YouTube community.
I'll put him top 3 because there's AJ Lepre, played D1 basketball at Pepperdine and a couple other schools.
I've heard that. Oh, Devin the Lab is
really good. Marcellus Howard he played at a D2 school. Then you got Austin Mills, who played at Baylor. So I would definitely say he's in that conversation as the best. You can make an argument.
There's a couple of names that I didn't even know in there, but I know him and Dev played one-on-one a while back, and I think Dev.
I feel like Devontae Friga is one of the bigger ones. Austin Mills, I think he has under 100K if I'm not mistaken. I think Marcellus Howard has the most with a couple million.
Oh really? I know. Tristan Jazz is from this area, and he's got 3 million. I know he doesn't. Well, actually, he just posted a video playing people in the park. I know he kind of went away from that for a little bit.
I know he does like the rec leagues indoors.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's posting outdoor.
He just did. I just saw today. It was literally just today he posted something about he was in LA, so he was playing some people at the park. But so this Nick Briz controversy. So just kind of gave you guys a lowdown of what this is. Basically, people go to parks and they play. So. This guy Nick Briz found out pretty quickly. I don't know if he found out this on his own or if he saw maybe some things that happened with Devontae and other people. There was a question of how safe this style content was, because these people are basically celebrities. I mean, micro celebrities in a way where
make
you're not
tons of money.
Yeah, and they're extremely famous. Hundreds of thousands of people subscribe to what they're doing, and they'll post. Like I know Devontae would post like, hey, I'm going to be in this city at this park tomorrow at this time. So what do you think happens, if you're a famous fucking influencer of any kind, and you say, hey, I'm going to be at this place? Your fucking followers are going to show up. And not even all your followers, but a lot of people are going to be like, hey, this famous guy's going to be here. Let's go. And they bring their friends. They bring whatever. So a lot of times, Devontae or Nick Briz or whoever these people are, you got like 300 people around just a pickup game.
Just watching.
So that already is heightening everything. Everybody's emotions are a little bit higher. Even if you're just a random guy that came to the park that day to play basketball. Like, you're like, oh shit, it's a little bit more intense. Like, and so there was one. And I bet basically what had happened was, from the way I was kind of shown who Nick Briz was first through Devontae, and I'd seen he had a couple of instances where things went bad at the park, where someone tried to fight him. Obviously, people get aggressive, and usually they were able to squash that stuff safely. But then there was a video where people actually had real guns, and some shots were fired at the park, and things were very bad. But the sad reality of this is that a video where the thumbnail is, this guy beat the fuck out of me, or there were actual shots fired, do a million times better than, hey, we got a good run in at this point. The negativity is kind of selling.
Drama always sells.
And from what I've seen is, I think Nick kind of took that, and I don't know what the timelines are. So maybe his stuff was first and Devontae's was after, whatever. But I know Devontae I watch a lot of his. And he seems very sincere. Like, he was upset by that. He rolls with security now. He does really good shit for the communities. He helps out. So I can't say the same thing about Nick, but I also can't say he doesn't do that because I don't know. But what were you gonna say?
I was Devontae's a really genuine human being. Just watching him, you feel like you're there with him while he's playing basketball. And the instance where the whole gun situation, he brought security, and he also brought food trucks. He brought cameramen because he wanted to be a safe environment. And I feel like Nick just wants all the smoke, but he really doesn't want it. He just wants the views. He got caught up in the clout chasing. So
And so so that's what we're getting to here, is that basically Nick has a pattern. If you go to Nick Brizz's YouTube channel, I think he still has all the videos up. Basically, all of his videos are trash talkers trying to fight me, or we got jumped at the park. These guys tried to beat us. They tried to slap us, or whatever. And it's not that he is like people are getting mad at him and they're like, "Oh, YouTube boy, like we're gonna mess you up." It is literally him right off the start of the video being like, "Fuck you,
Right.
I want you to fight." Like he literally gets in people's faces, tries to get them pissed off and antagonize them, and then something happens.
Right.
You know, oh wow, it's crazy to expect. You know, if you're a dick to somebody, they're gonna be a fucking dick to you.
Right.
You know. But so what had happened was, and what came out of this, which was crazy, is that apparently Nick's whole squad is now broken up.
Indeed.
Or not the whole squad, but basically the team he was running with, and one of his main guy, his big man, who was, and from what I'd seen in the videos, got a lot of easy buckets for them, just
big
like
man.
bodying people. Chris, what's his last name?
Chris White.
Chris White. And I don't, shout out Chris White. I don't know if maybe we could talk to Chris White sometime. That would be cool. I know he's going to play in New York. So he made a video because him and Nick fell out. And he expressed, and because he basically found out that Nick had been paying people, to try and fight them. And he actually paid somebody when they did a collab video with Cash Nasty to try and swing on Cash Nasty.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What the fuck is that about, man?
So this, I feel like this goes back a while because I know. So the team, it's called Savage Squad. It's Nick Briz, Carlos, Chauncey, Chris.
What should I name my squad? Because I am gonna be doing content similar to this soon, but I don't want to. I'm not gonna shit on Savage Squad too hard.
Right.
But that is a little bit of a corny name.
I don't know.
Objectively, it's a little corny. I mean, it's fun, it's silly, but it's a little too silly for me. I guess it's got to be something silly. I guess you're playing fucking pickup basketball. So maybe I should be like. Maybe I'll just be the cornballs. We'll just literally be the cornballs. So you can't say it's corny. We're literally the cornballs.
Right. So that team has Iman, Chris, Chauncey, Carlos, and Nick. So basically, they've been running for, I think, the past 6 months.
That's crazy.
And they've been hooping. They go to city, they travel, and Nick calls them all family. And then, you get down to it, and he's been paying people. And Chris is, he's put everything out on his YouTube channel, telling everybody what happened, this and that.
Yeah.
And telling that, Nick hasn't been paying the people on his team.
I did hear that, where like these YouTubers are making a lot of money off this. Nick is making, from what Chris said, this is allegedly,
40,000.
He's making 50,000 a month off just the fucking like AdSense shit, like whatever, and he was paying one of the guys on the team $1,200. Yep. That's not equal. Like, here's the thing: if I started a team tomorrow, and even if I wasn't the best guy on the team, but if I started a team, maybe it was me, you, your brother, and maybe Ty or some other people, right? And it's my name is like what is like selling it, whatever. But we got a good team. Like, obviously, if I'm providing everything, if I'm paying cameramen, like I'll make a little bit more.
Right.
But are you fucking joking me that you're gonna pay? That's not even like fucking. What is that percentage wise?
That's
1,200
horrible.
of 50K, man.
Right.
Like that's fucked up.
Yeah.
You know?
So they were gonna have you. We talked about earlier. They were gonna play Devontae Friga there against his team versus Savage Squad. It was gonna be a pay-per-view event.
That would have been so cool too, by the way.
I totally would have bought it. 100%.
Hell yeah.
And so no one was coming through with the streaming services. So Chris said, well, I'll do it, but I want a little bit more.
Yeah.
So it was against everybody except Nick. Chris wanted 15 because he's doing all the streaming services by himself.
Yeah.
And everybody else got 5, and then Chris got 50.
Nick got 50.
Yeah, Nick got 50, and then the cameraman got however many.
Mm-hmm.
So you get 50% of the cut, just you, and 5, 5, 5, and then 15. That's
damn, bro.
It's crazy.
And he couldn't do
man.
it. And Nick was like, no. So then that's what happened? Nick was like not wanting to do that.
Yeah, Nick just wanted to keep everything for himself. He just got greedy for no
crazy,
reason.
Man. I think that's a little absurd. And just from, I can't believe that. I couldn't imagine considering someone a friend and not telling them that I paid somebody to try and hurt them.
Right.
Like it's one thing to like prank your friend. Like I understand that. Like I mean, once you reach a certain age, like depending on the prank, it might be a little fucking cringe. But if it's like in good spirit, like maybe if he paid someone to really talk shit to him, like some Shooter McGavin shit and like Happy Gilmore, like if he paid his friend to sit at the bottom of the basket and talk shit to Chris, whatever. That'd be
Right,
hilarious.
Yeah,
And
but to
if-
swing on somebody and try to hurt somebody, I think is just unnecessary.
that's definitely crossing a line,
Right.
you know?
And I feel like the big thing where they fell out was, so Nick wanted to go to Rucker Park out in New York. Chris is from Rucker
I
Park.
did hear this, yeah.
So, at a big park, you don't just go there.
Rucker Park is famous as fuck for
Right.
good games.
You don't just show up with your squad. You just don't do that, Especially with the whole thing of he's paying people to mess with other people.
yeah.
That's going to get really out of hand and
Yeah.
cause way too many problems than it should. So that's where I feel like it crossed the line as far as the whole Rucker Park thing, and obviously the whole paying people to mess with your teammates. That's just
Yeah, that's
horrible.
crazy. And I think the other thing too is like with the team thing. Obviously, I've never done something like that. I've not seen that kind of money from like what I'm doing and
Right.
stuff. So I don't know 100% all the details that are going into it. But I just feel like a lot of these people are putting on. And from what I saw of Nick, he doesn't seem like a bad hooper. But I watched even that game where they had their whole team and they were playing against Devontae, and he was just
Yeah.
on some random team.
Yeah.
Devontae looked like, he was the best hooper out there,
Yeah.
hands down. Like it was,
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to disrespect Nick at all. I'm sure
Right.
he's good. He seems all right. But
Yeah.
like
I wouldn't say
his team he's got some good hoopers on his team.
He's not the best player on his team, I don't think. I feel like it's Chauncey,
Yeah,
because Chauncey, he can bounce to the gym,
that's what I've heard as well.
shoot, he'll get up in your face. He plays really good defense, and then I think Chris, big man, can also shoot, and Nick is just athletic. That really what gets him all his points.
And it's not. And I'm not trying to say like there's not that he's a bad player. I don't think
No.
he's a bad player at all. But I'm just saying like it's just kind of crazy to like
right,
really overvalue yourself. Like I wouldn't even say overvalue yourself. Just completely undervalue your peers,
Teammates.
your teammates, and your friends. Those are your
Right.
friends. Like
Right.
like at the end of the day, like you guys are traveling the fucking United
Right.
States together, and you're really like fucking them like that. That's kind of crazy to me. So
yeah,
and maybe I'm a little bit biased because I am a big Devontae Frigga
Oh, yeah.
stan, and we've actually Ty messaged him way back in the day, and he said he would be on the podcast, but since then he blew up. So
right, yeah,
it's been hard to get hold of him, but
Right.
maybe one day he'll see this clip.
yeah.
and-
I'm also biased because I do love Devontae, but I've been following Chris White for a while, and he's funny. And it's just,
yeah, he's
funny
wild.
dude.
He seems like a wild.
But yeah, it's just crazy to see that happening over just basketball at the park,
Basketball at the park, man. It's crazy.
Right.
But I will say it is inspiring as somebody who played some college basketball. It's inspiring what all of the people have done, and
Mhm.
Nick included, everybody, that like they have turned this into like these guys are getting paid to play basketball.
Oh yeah,
Like, and I mean,
to
I
have fun too is
that's
crazy.
what I'm saying. And so like, and you build a good community. I mean, when it's not surrounded with the negativity
Right.
shit and negative shit, but like, it's something that I know that I've been talking about doing for like a year and some change. And then
Dude, that'd be
seeing them
sick,
blow up.
bro.
So like we're trying to figure out, we want to get a good team, and we want things to
Yeah.
be fair
Yeah.
right off the bat, so that's something like, especially
Right.
watching this whole thing go
yeah,
down.
we don't want that to repeat itself.
I don't. We want to learn from
Right.
people, right? So
No, I think if we do, we will be pretty tough.
I think we could have some fun, man.
I don't think we'll lose much.
I would hope not. That would make for better content if we were
Yeah.
winning. So
Yeah. Of course.
But so I guess moving from controversy to controversy today, we're just hopping controversies. This is more than a controversy. This is an actual case that we were just updated by earlier today. R. Kelly, famous singer, R&B singer, meme, fucking terrible human being,
Horrible.
was actually found guilty today. He's been on trial for a while too.
Isn't that the guy who him and Conor McGregor got into that little thing at the award show or whatever?
I didn't know it was maybe it was R. Kelly. No, that was MGK.
Oh, okay.
That was MGK. As a skinny, tall, white guy, this
Yeah.
is a big black guy who sings about that age isn't a number, and he was actually like having sexual relations with like a 16-year-old at the time. So
yeah, that's not okay.
allegedly, I'll say. I don't think I'm
Big
legally allowed
no-no.
to say that. Yeah. So you want to pull this up, McKenna? I have it right here, so you can scroll with me. I have it on my phone. We have. I'm gonna scroll down to the actual title, which is the R. Kelly was convicted of racketeering. You found that? So we've got this here from CNN, and this happened literally like an hour or so before you'd gotten here to the studio. And so it says here, and we'll kind of just react to it here. R. Kelly was convicted of racketeering, and here's what that means for those that don't know. The jurors have found that R&B singer R. Kelly guilty of racketeering, including acts of bribery and sexual exploitation of a child,
Jeez.
along with separate charges of sex trafficking. The racketeering became a federal crime in 1970. Okay, we don't need to see that. Let's see what's going on with him specifically. The purposes of the enterprise were to promote R. Kelly's music and the R. Kelly brand, to recruit women and girls to engage in illegal sexual activity with Kelly, and to produce produce actual pornography, including child pornography. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that on on YouTube, but we're not big enough to get demonetized, so it's fine. Let's see here. We look forward to the truth coming out. I saw where's the quote from the lady? Okay, attorney. I'm here at the picture of the attorney. You have that? She says that this is he is the worst predator she's ever pursued. So let's read her statement. I have been practicing law for 47 years. And during this time, I've pursued many sexual predators who have committed crimes against women and children. Of all the predators that I've pursued, however, Mr. Kelly is the worst for many reasons, she told reporters. First being that he used the power of his celebrity to recruit vulnerable underage girls for the purpose of sexually abusing them. You know what's crazy is that like he was being platformed like as soon as or as recent as 2 or 3 years ago. He was doing an interview with who the fuck was that? It was a huge meme when he's like, I'm fighting for my life, and he stood up and started crying and shit in the middle of the interview. I can't remember, maybe it was a Gayle King or somebody, I can't remember, but I mean, they were still giving him a platform. Everybody was kind of pushing things under the rug for him. I mean, they were pressing him, and that's why he was getting upset. But it's crazy that he was still so publicly accepted, I guess. And he also, I guess, was using his business enterprise and many of his inner circle employees to help him enable this plan to lure his victims to him, isolate them, intimidate them, and then control them, indoctrinate them, punish them, shame them, and humiliate them. That is a very long and sad quote. So
disgusting.
He directed several videos, I guess pornographic videos of these children. This is pretty fucking crazy. You know what's kind of scary? I mean, I know you probably wouldn't fucking, I don't know, bro. I don't want to that's fucked up. I wouldn't want to humanize him at all, but wouldn't you want it's, I guess what's scary is that this dude was literally on his last public interviews, he was still saying no, this is completely fake, blah 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 blah. Bro, it's really hard to make this shit up.
Right, yeah.
This is some diabolical fucking shit.
He's a bozo.
And he, I guess I finally was convicted of stuff. So
that's good though.
Today's guilty verdict forever brands R. Kelly as a predator. Okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. So I don't know, I mean, what his sentencing will be. I can't
Hopefully
see.
it's a long time.
Yeah. He will be sentenced on May 4th. Okay, that's what I was looking for. So yeah, I mean, kind of nuts. It just big news.
Dude, it's wild. Man.
Yeah, I don't got a whole lot to say about it other than that he's disgusting. It's filthy.
Needs to get off the streets. Whatever.
Yeah, dude. Him and who else? Him and Bill Cosby can share a cell because that's fucking. It's just
nasty,
terrible, bro.
Man. It's crazy.
You know what sucks, bro? Is fucking the remix to Ignition is a fucking great song, but I don't know if I can ever listen to it again now after this. Yeah, it's the remix to Ignition. That's a fucking banger, dude. And he was fucking doing terrible, terrible shit. But to contradict that banger, he also has the worst piece of art ever created.
Really?
Which is it's called Trapped in the Closet. We talked about it for a second on my show last week with Matt. It's this 33-part or 23-part music video with the same instrumental, the same song, but he's it's telling the most dramatic BS soap opera. It's actually fucking hilarious, but it's not meant to be. It's he thought he was making some really moving shit.
Going in deep.
And it's the worst thing ever. Man. But it's it's great. That's the beauty of it. It's so fun to make fun of, and I didn't know it existed until last year. So yeah, R. Kelly is an L forever. Fuck him. I hope I mean, obviously the victims are going to be forever hurt by what he did. So hopefully this brings him some sort of
Yeah.
I wouldn't say peace, but just some sort of good news, I guess,
Yeah.
today that
For sure.
that will be put to an end. But yeah, that's kind of fucking nuts. So
Yeah,
we kind of,
man.
what have we touched on so far? We touched on
a lot,
we
man.
got on a lot,
Yeah.
man. Yo, do you have any questions for me, dude?
Man, I would just say,
We were moving pretty fast today. I didn't
man,
realize
what time
it.
is it?
We're almost at an hour going in.
Wow.
We still got some time, so you don't
I
feel.
agree.
But I
Man,
still,
who do you think? Let's talk about the NBA. Who you got in the championship
this year,
this year? 2021-2022 NBA season. Who you got? Talk to me.
I want the Warriors to win.
Okay.
Just because the Warriors or Damian Lillard. That's
I
it.
respect.
Because
the
Damian
Lillard
Lillard. I mean, I had his shoes one of my years in
Yeah.
college. I loved Dame. Like
Yeah.
he's a killer, and
man.
and he's got
Stone
like the
Cold
heart,
killer. Yeah.
and I don't know. I like him.
He got the moxie to it too.
Yeah, he does, bro. He's a tough dog, and I love him, and I love Steph Curry too. I know a lot of people like love to hate the Warriors because KD went there for a
Right.
year, but it's like that they are great. That franchise
100%.
built a great thing
Yeah.
without that guy.
Yeah. I'm a Warriors hater because of the whole Kevin Durant situation, but
But you're not gonna not take. Like, they were already great.
Yeah, they were
you
already
know?
good. Steph, Clay, and Dre.
They'd already won what 2 titles before then?
won.
One before then, and
Yeah.
so it's like they were already probably gonna win
Established.
again.
They're already established.
Yeah, so it's like, you know,
Yeah.
you're not gonna, if he wants to come there, you're not gonna be like, no, we want it to be
Right,
the
yeah.
same level of difficulty.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna be like, oh, let's make it a little easier,
Yeah.
sure. But
You know.
but yeah, I don't know. What about you? Who do you think? You think you think LeBron's got a chance?
Okay, I'm a Clippers fan.
Oh fuck, dude, that sucks.
Yeah, Kawhi's hurt toward the ACL, but I think we're gonna go to the playoffs. I don't think we'll have a shot at winning, but I think LeBron's the best player to touch the basketball. So if he won another chip, I feel like that would just establish it. And I want
I think
to see.
I mean, he has a chance. I never
Yeah.
count him out. That's all.
It's hard to bet against healthy LeBron. I'm a big Carmelo guy, so hopefully he gets one, at
Yeah.
least one.
It'd be cool for him.
Yeah.
Where's D Rose at now?
He's up in New York. He's
back in
gonna
New
be the
York.
backup point guard because Kemba signed there.
I wanted D Rose to
Oh,
kind of
man,
jump on the
yeah.
LeBron train for a little
Yeah,
bit.
I wish he was there instead of Kendrick Nunn, but that's just me.
Yeah, I love Derrick Rose. He's one of my favorite players ever. But yeah, no, man, I don't know. I can't say I follow. Like again, I just haven't really
Right.
followed professional sports much. I know of like the players, and,
Right.
like, the celebrity of it. I still follow because it's more like what I'm doing now with like internet stuff.
Right.
But I can't like be like, oh, I'm following like the actual.
Yeah.
I'm watching all the games, or I know
Yeah.
who's averaging what type of stuff, which is with the podcast that we've been talking about in
Yeah.
private that I'm trying to start. That's to hopefully get me back into that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. But aside from that,
You
There
think
was-
the Bucks got a shot?
oh yeah, dude, I think the fucking Giannis slander. Are you a Giannis hater? Do you hate Giannis? You hate Giannis, bro. I can't stand the
Okay,
Giannis
I'm not a
slander.
Giannis hater. I think he's a little bit overhyped.
How? He scored 50 in
I
a
know he
fucking
scored
closeout
50.
game.
I know he
in
scored
the
50.
finals. He fucking, and this is the criticism everybody tells me is that this guy is he's too one-dimensional. He doesn't have a jump shot yet. He still can't make free throws. He can't whatever. Okay, everyone would give him that criticism of, oh, he needs to get better at shooting. He needs to get
yeah.
better at free throws. What has he done every single year? Improved his
Improve
percentage
100%.
of that.
And I'm not knocking
And
that.
then the other thing is too is that like we would watch Shaquille O'Neal,
Right.
and who is fucking one-dimensional,
Very.
but he's perfect at that dimension,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah,
what Giannis is damn
yeah.
close at as well. And so it's like you know exactly what he's gonna do,
Yeah.
but you just can't fucking stop him.
Right.
So I don't know where the slander comes from.
My
everyone.
slander happened.
I love that you're going with it too. My slander.
My slander started. It really started after when people were calling him the best in the league, and I just can't get behind that.
Well, I think like it determines like, or I guess that's based on what you determine as the
Right.
best basketball player. Are we talking
Right.
about the most skilled player? Because like, I mean, I would argue that that's probably still LeBron. You know, like
Yeah.
or some. I wouldn't even, maybe not LeBron. I mean, Steph Curry's probably.
I mean, if we're going
fucking,
off like just pure skill, Kyrie's up there just because of his ridiculous
yeah,
amount of handles.
Kyrie.
It's
I mean,
insane.
Curry is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Handles can shoot from literally the whole court.
Yeah,
Like
you got Damian
know.
Lillard, who's
it's all subjective. So like when
Yeah.
people say like, oh, he's the best in the league, I wouldn't take that. I mean, as a straight up basketball player, I wouldn't really necessarily agree with that. I don't think he is.
I
Like,
think he's a top 10 player, but I would not put him in my top 5.
I just think maybe here's what I would say. I would say as the most skilled or talented player, no.
right.
I think valuable
Yo, yeah,
potentially.
100%.
I mean, not every single year, but didn't he won the MVP this year, right? Or the last year?
Jokic won it this year.
Jokic won. He
and
won
then
it the
he
year
won it 2 years in a row.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I understand. I know a lot of people were mad at that pick,
Right.
but it's like, I mean, dude, he is the
Right.
city of Milwaukee. Like,
Right,
city,
yeah.
fucking most people don't know.
And
where
yeah, I'm happy
Milwaukee
for
is.
Milwaukee too, cause like I mean, you had the whole Brandon Jennings thing. I wish that worked out. That
Fucking Larry
didn't.
Sanders.
Oh yeah,
buying
Andrew.
him
They had young Bogut, so, but now I'm happy for them, happy for the city, cause gives them something to look forward to.
Yeah,
I
think
really
they'll be
do think
competitive.
this is gonna be the best NBA season we've had in.
I hope so, man.
Past
I
decade.
feel like every year. I mean, I guess last year was. I think last year was one of the better years. It
Yeah,
sucked
I
because there were
agree.
some injuries. But I
Yeah,
think like
of course.
competitive wise,
Yeah.
one of the better years.
And you got now, Miami Heat. They got Kyle Lowry now. The Nets improved, the Lakers improved. So it's crazy to see Warriors coming back.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be nuts. I'm excited.
It's crazy.
I'm excited for the playoffs. You see, since you said you were a Clippers fan, do you follow JJ Redick at all? He's got his own podcast now.
Yeah, I do follow JJ Redick. He did retire recently.
Mhm.
Shout out to him. He's a really dope guy.
He
had a
seems
great
like
career.
a cool dude. I've heard him
Dude's-
talk on his podcast. He had Blake Griffin on, and they were talking about their window of.
I
of-
wish that worked out, man.
you know,
That's
Lob
that's
City.
how I got into basketball was Lob City.
Really,
Yeah,
I remember
big Chris Paul guy. Well, I was. Not
I
so much
remember
anymore.
being super excited for them,
Yeah.
and Chris Paul in particular, and then I don't know, they
sold
they
the
just-
bag,
they
man. They
just-
had everything.
they boofed it. Didn't they blow a three? Was
3-1 lead
against-
like 3 years in a row.
Who was it against? Or
Nine.
were the first time? Because I wasn't it,
Rockets, Utah. There's a bunch.
I think because they lost the Warriors right before the Warriors became
The Warriors, right.
and then they lost to OKC, and they had a 3-1 lead on them.
Yeah, with young Russ and Durant.
And then I think the Spurs. I don't know if they had a 3-1 lead, but I know they were up in the Spurs one.
Yeah, I think they were up 3-2. I know they lost a 3-1 to Houston when they just had traded for Harden.
Jesus,
It's been bad.
that's
We're making
terrible.
improvements though. We went to the conference finals last year behind playoff P. Tired of the Paul George slander. He deserves to be rightfully so talked about. He's a good player.
Yeah, his injury is still one of the scariest. things of
Oh
all
man,
time.
grody.
For people that don't know, this dude's leg fucking snapped in half. Like,
yeah, multiple pieces. Ugh.
so scary, so scary. I guess, man, that's all I've got for you guys today. I mean, you got any other questions for me? Anything that you want to let the people at dtalks know before we
Thank
end up
you
wrapping?
for having me on and
Absolutely,
subscribe to
man.
the channel.
Dude, absolutely. Thank you for being here. You guys heard the man. Subscribe or I will kill you. Or in a video game, I should say. I don't think we're allowed to actually use death threats. You have to say that. It's like on Twitch and shit. I don't know. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening days after if you're doing that. Shout out to our patrons for supporting the channel. If you're interested in supporting the channel and also getting exclusive access to behind the scenes content, we have podcasts over there that are only exclusive to Patreon, and we also have other videos where I'm breaking down how I make all my music. I show off some Lego sets, all ridiculous stuff. You can join for as little as $1. Go to patreon.com/Darren Rita to do that. So thank you to everybody over there, and also shout out to our newest patron. We haven't updated the thing yet, Chris. Chris, thank you as well. Also shout out to Kenosha Auto Insurance for sponsoring this episode, and thank you to the people that tune in every single week. My loyal D-bags, the homies. I appreciate you guys. Joe here you just watched an episode and we reached out, and then you knew Ty and we started
Yeah.
talking. So you're
crazy.
the inspiration for maybe someone else to one day come on the show. This has been great, man. I appreciate getting to chat with you, and I think
Yeah.
we covered some good stuff. And I will